Hello, quilting friends, and welcome back to the Quilters Apothecary. It is that time of year, so we are now announcing our Zoom class lineup for 2025. And I'd like to say this is also an extra special time because this is going to be the last time we do this particular series of classes as Zoom classes in a series. So I'd like to say if these are some classes that you'd like to take, this set of 10 sessions is something you want to jump on because this is the last time it's going to be offered. So let's talk a little bit about the classes. So I'm going to be checking my notes occasionally. So let me say this to start off with. Whether you're a beginner or you're an advanced quilter, there is something within this series of 10 that you're going to love. And frankly, even the beginner classes, if you're advanced or intermediate, are perfect. It will be perfect for you because there are a lot of things that I go over that we all need to be reminded about. In fact, I've been teaching this class for over a decade, and still every time there's something on there that I have to remind myself, that's right, that's really a good idea. I forgot to do that occasionally. So I know it's even a good reminder for me. So let's jump right into what the 10 sessions are. So with the 10 sessions, number one, also we're going to be offering a special early bird pricing, and we are going to start the classes in January of 2025. The specific day is going to be, I believe it is January 11th is going to be the first class. Now the first class is going to be beginners. So beginners class, and classes run 4 hours at least, but I gotta tell you, every time we've done this, usually the total of the 10 classes runs 40 hours scheduled, and they usually run anywhere from 50 to 55 hours. Now again, I tend to go over because I want to share as much information, and sometimes we're knee deep into designs and I want to keep going at the end of class. So, but you're for sure going to have 40 hours of education in this particular series. And you can't beat the price. We'll talk about price in just a minute. So first class is beginners. The next class is going to be beginners rulers. The next class is going to be feathers and feathers intensive, and we are going to dive deep into feathers in that class. If you wanted to do feathers or want to learn how to do more feathers than what you're doing now, it's an excellent class. The next class, of course, after that would be my grids, which is continuous curve alternative type designs, and that is a big favorite. Everybody loves to find a way to do continuous curve type designs a lot faster, and they want a lot more options, and I have them for you. The next class is, of course, florals, leaves, and vines, because not everything has to have a feather on it. Did I really just say that out loud? It's true. And then we're going to be jumping into some of the serious ruler work with our shapes class. Now our shapes class is going to cover a lot of things like hexagons, ovals, circles, squares, all sorts of different shapes, and also they're going to go over a lot of different ways to use them in blocks, as well as in edge to edge, as well as medallions for different parts of your quilt if you're doing whole cloths, those sorts of things. So that one is an excellent class. The other ruler class that will be coming next will be blocks and borders, and of course I'm going to be showing a ton of different options for blocks and borders. Now remember, with all of these classes, I don't just show you a ton of designs, and usually within that 4-hour period I am cramming in a lot of designs, usually more than what you would get in a normal 12-hour class. So we're going to be hitting it, and hitting it hard. And then of course we're going to do our mystical modern class, so our modern designs that we love to do for fillers, as well as highlight designs for modern type quilts. And then we're going to be having our business class. That's going to be our closer class. And then right after that, on that same day, we will be doing our Zoom reunion, where we'll be everybody who's taken any of the classes or all of the classes will be in there if you so choose, and you will be asking questions because you would have had a few months over the period of these classes to be practicing and trying to work out, hey, what about this? What about this? It's a great time for questions and answers. Now, again, each class is going to be live. Also, each class is going to have question and answers as we go. So, like I said, we're all going to be live, we're all going to be on Zoom. So if there's something you're not understanding, I will figure out a way to explain it to you so that you do understand it. Now, even with the advanced classes and the advanced designs within the class series, I have to tell you that beginners always take all of the classes, and frankly, by the end, you're pretty much able to do everything in the classes and all the things in your head that you've been wanting to do but you haven't known how to start. So I want to make sure to say that, because I know beginners sometimes say, boy, am I ready, or I'm intimidated. You're not going to be intimidated in my class. I know how to teach. I know how to teach everybody each design, even if they're a brand new quilter. So do not be shy. Step into the party room with us. Okay, so let me go over a few more things. So early bird sign up, something like this, something that's going to be a 40 plus hours of classes would actually cost you thousands of dollars if you were to take it or come and pay for lodging or all of those things. We are offering this at the same price we have our Zoom class series for many years, and that is $300 if you sign up by New Year's Day. So you can't beat that. I mean, that is an incredible price. Now after that, then they're going to go up to their normal price, which would be $450, and even at that, that's a great price too. That's a major deal. Again, that's thousands of dollars worth of education for a very small fee. Now the other thing that I want to add is any paid for classes, any classes that you've paid for, you will also have the option after taking that class to be able to go back and rewatch it for I think 2 weeks is typically how Rich does it. And also you will be given the option, if you would like to purchase it on a stick or a USB drive, you can also do that, and it's a very nominal fee to get those on there. And we can put, if you take the whole bundle, which we'll get to shortly, we can put all of those classes on one drive for you. The individual classes, let's say you've taken a few of the classes in previous years and now you want to continue on. The individual classes are $40 a piece, and then of course after January 1st they will be $50 a piece. Also, the one thing that I want to add is, even with all of the ruler classes don't just apply to my rulers. They apply to anybody's rulers that you happen to own. And also, with the classes, you don't have to buy a ton of stuff. Like I said, we're going over a ton of designs, and how it works is I'm going to be drawing out each of the designs. You're going to learn how to practice them yourself on paper, because we always want to start on paper to build that muscle memory. And then we're going to be heading over to the machine, and I'm going to be showing you how I quilt it out. And then of course after class you can go ahead and you can do all the practice that you want to do. Again, that's why that reunion at the very end of the whole series is so important. And again, the classes start on January 11th and they run through April 5th. And typically they're always on Saturday. And they're typically always, no, they're always 10 to 2, and that is Central Time. And let me see, 10 to 2, unless it runs late, but you leave whenever you want to, and you can always go back and rewatch whatever you missed. And typically what we do is we will give you a break in between many of the classes throughout the 10 session. So in other words, we may have, like January 11th, there might be a class. We might have another class the following Saturday. and then you get a Saturday off the following weekend before we hit the next class. So we kind of try to space it out. Again, we like to do these in winter, and we are announcing them now because these are amazingly wonderful Christmas gifts. So you can always hint about taking the classes. Again, there are hundreds of hours worth of designs in a very short time because it's not a coffee clutch. We actually get to work and we are going through tons of designs. So a few other things that I want to share with you. Oh, let's talk about some of the bonus stuff. So one person, for those that take the whole bundle, and that means all 10 sessions, you sign up for the whole bundle. You don't have to be at each bundle because sometimes you might miss something and have to wait and watch the rewatch. That's fine. But for those that sign up for the whole 10 sessions, what you are going to be is you're going to automatically be entered into a drawing to win a private at the end afterwards, and we can schedule however it works around your schedule, private session by Zoom, or you can choose to get a gift certificate for Quilters Apothecary. Of course, that gift certificate will be used exclusively at Quilters Apothecary. The other thing is, this is my last session of these classes, so they're going to be pretty special. And actually, during these sessions, I'm going to be we'll have some drawings during class for prizes. So that is the other bonus for this particular series of classes. And I've got some amazing prizes already set out that are going to be pretty darn cool. So let me see. Let me look at my notes here.
Hey, can I poke in a second?
Yes, Rich, jump in.
So I wanted to make sure to stress that you do not have to buy a ton of rulers for this class. You know,
No.
whatever you want to, and whatever rulers that are suggested, we'll make sure you get a really good discount on them. Should you choose to want to buy rulers, but
absolutely.
don't feel that you're going to pay $300 and then have to buy a fortune in rulers, because that's not the way we roll.
Nope. Nope, absolutely. And not just that, but sometimes you might watch something and say, I think I really want to do that, and you wouldn't have known you wanted to do it. Or sometimes it's the opposite. Sometimes you might watch something that I'm showing and say, I thought I'd want to do something like that, but now watching it quilted out, I'm not sure that that's something I want to do. So that's another way that I think is wonderful. Plus, you're saving money on hotels. You don't have to travel to a show and take, again, thousands of dollars worth of classes in one shot. This is over a 3.5 month period of time. So it's spaced out well, so that way you can come back and ask a lot of questions. There was something else that I was going to say, and I'm trying to think of what that was. Oh, yes, I wanted to reiterate that when we do suggest ahead of time the rulers that you want to buy, and I believe, Rich, you send out emails plenty of time before so that they can ship about each class to anybody. And you got to make sure when you sign up to give an email, a correct email, please. We've run into trouble. And a correct phone number. We don't sell those things. We don't give them to anybody. But sometimes we may need to call you if there's a discrepancy or something that we need to deal with you. We won't pester you. That's just not our style. And we certainly, like I said, we don't pass on your information to anybody. But this is a class that you're taking, and sometimes we need to get a hold of you about something. But again, you know, you buy what you want, and you look at the suggested list of the things that you might want to, not even maybe before the class, but of course after the class is a great time to do that. So you can re-say, oh yeah, I did like that, I think I would like something like that, or whether it be our ruler or somebody else's. Of course, Rich would prefer you get our rulers. Our rulers are incredible, but you do you. Again, these are about teaching. These aren't about selling. So there we have our lineup. I hope to see you there. And by the way, remember, for those of you who might have taken these classes before and you need a refresher, come see us. We would love to see you again. You know how we roll. And we do a darn good job. And again, remember, this is the last opportunity that we're going to have these classes like this all together. So we look forward to seeing all of you. Have an amazing fall and winter season, and sign up early. Get that discount.
See you in class.
See you in class, everybody. Goodbye.